The fastest way to kill attraction is to explain yourself like you are begging for permission. People do not fall for certainty wrapped in speeches. They fall for presence, restraint, and the threat of what has not been fully revealed. The moment you overdefend your motives, you stop being a force and become a case to be judged. And once you become readable, desire starts dying because attraction is not built on perfect understanding. It is built on tension, on distance, on the electric discomfort of not knowing everything at once. Human beings do not chase what is already mapped out in advance. They chase what feels slightly out of reach, what seems valuable enough to require effort, patience, and imagination. When you over-explain your intentions, you are not clarifying. You are dissolving tension. You are taking a charged mystery and turning it into administrative paperwork. You say, "I just want to be respectful." You say, "I'm not trying to pressure you." You say, "I hope this does not come across the wrong way." Every line sounds safe. Every line sounds considerate. But beneath that politeness is a brutal signal. I am nervous about how you see me. And nervousness is contagious. The other person feels it. They may not articulate it, but they sense that you are managing your image instead of embodying it. That is the first crack in attraction, not the truth of your intention, the need to keep proving it. Think about your own life. When someone is truly strong, do they announce their strength in paragraphs, or do they let the room feel it? The answer is obvious. Power is recognized through compression, not clutter. Over-explaining creates a hidden hierarchy. The moment you start defending yourself before anyone has even accused you, you hand the other person the judge's robe. You position yourself as the one under evaluation, and humans are ruthless about rank. Even in romance, even in flirtation, the mind quietly asks, who is leading this exchange and who is auditioning? That is why excessive explanation feels unattractive. It broadcasts that you are more invested in being approved than in expressing yourself. Approval seeking is anti-seductive because it transforms your intention into a request for safety. It says, please do not misunderstand me. Please do not reject me. Please let me remain acceptable. But attraction does not bloom inside that kind of emotional insurance policy. Attraction needs oxygen. It needs space for curiosity to grow. When you give every answer too early, you suffocate the very emotion you are trying to create. There is a cold math to uncertainty, not chaos, not confusion. Uncertainty, when controlled, is gasoline. It makes the mind return, replay, interpret, and imagine. The brain wants closure, but desire often lives in the gap between what is known and what is still being assembled. That is why the most magnetic people do not rush to explain every motive. They reveal enough to feel real, but not enough to become obvious. They let others lean in. They understand that a little unresolved space creates psychological investment. The mind begins to work for access, and what we work for, we often value more. Now here's the ugly truth. When you over-explain your intentions, you remove the need for the other person to wonder. And when wonder dies, momentum dies with it. There is no more edge, no more pull, no more tension between possibility and certainty. You have flattened the emotional terrain into something safe, sterile, and forgettable. This is not about being deceptive. It is about understanding that excessive transparency is not the same as trust. In early attraction, too much transparency can feel like a collapse of tension. The frame breaks. The spell ends. The people who over-explain most are usually trying to do something noble. They want to be kind. They want to avoid discomfort. They want to make their intentions impossible to misread. But in trying to eliminate all risk, they also eliminate allure. Because attraction is not built on total predictability. It is built on calibrated uncertainty, not confusion. Calibration. The difference matters. Confusion makes you look unstable. Calibration makes you look composed. One pushes people away. The other pulls them in. If you are always translating yourself for others, you train them to believe that your meaning is negotiable. You become a man or woman of constant explanation, and constant explanation is a form of self-erasure. It tells the world that your internal reality is not enough unless it is approved, softened, and repackaged. And here is the most dangerous part. Once people sense that you need to be understood too badly, they stop experiencing you as a source of intrigue and start experiencing you as a source of pressure. The exchange changes. You are no longer creating attraction, You are managing anxiety. The answer is not silence for its own sake. Silence can be weak if it is used to hide fear. The answer is precision. Say what matters. Stop adding justification to every sentence. Let your actions carry the weight that your words keep trying to carry alone. When you communicate, do it with clean edges. State your intent once, then leave room. Let the other person process. Let them wonder. Let your presence be felt without being over-described. Because the moment you start over-explaining, you tell the other person that you are more concerned with control than with confidence. And confidence is what people remember. The coldest truth in all of this is simple. Attraction is not destroyed by honesty. It is destroyed by desperation dressed as honesty. If you need to narrate yourself into desirability, you have already lost the frame. But if you can hold your center, speak sparingly, and let uncertainty do its quiet work, you become far harder to ignore. If this hit too close, it is because you have seen how fast desire dies when you talk too much and hold too little frame. Study this pattern until it becomes second nature. To master these tactics in real life, get the Silent Observer's Playbook, or check out the recommended reading in the description below. Like and subscribe for more.